was a young man, young, popular in the streets, living life the way I wanted to live my life, living life according to rules that I set out on my own, living in hotels, selling drugs out of my car, sometimes spending the night in my car, on the corner all night, and getting that money up, waiting on Friday. So when Friday comes, I can hit the mall, buy outfits, some shoes, get that paper, had that money folded right, all turned the same way, like that made a difference. And fold it in half, put that rubber band around it, so I can hit the club. When I hit the club, I had my little few people that, you know, used to club all the time. We meet up at the club, but before we go to the club, but we had a little club clique, what I called it, because we didn't really hang together throughout the week. Everybody was doing their grind, but we met up on the weekend at the club to really show out, buying the bar. You know, I remember time we went to the club owner and asked them how much it cost for everybody drink free. We dollared up and bought a whole bottle at the club, drink free on us. Then we'll dollar up, have a dance contest. Dollar up and put the money up for a dance contest. All of it for show, standing, recognition, street fame, just for people to say they did that. Then you had your times when somebody get to fighting. I remember one night, some of the guys that we kicked it with at the club, they got to fighting about something that they had going on away from our club time. And, you know, didn't have nothing to do with me. So when the fight broke out, I'm on the sideline watching. When everything was over with, you know, somebody's head got busted in the club. You know, the police got involved, people got kicked out. So when I seen them the next day, you know, one of the guys that wasn't even nobody at that time selling drugs. Well, really, somebody that was using drugs, but he was a relative of them. He was like, man, why y'all let him come around? I seen him, he wasn't even fighting last night. So they telling him to chill out, but he carrying on and on and on and on. And it really, you know, pissed me off. And I really wasn't making no comment because I wasn't about all that talking and stuff, but it really was pissing me off. So the next couple times we went to the club, everything was peaceful, but then something popped off again at the club. And I let that man get in my head to the point when this fight broke off, they fighting somebody else that they was into it with. It had nothing to do with me. But once I seen it brewing, trying to prove that I'm down with them, I wasn't about all that talking. So while they heating back and forth, I go ahead and initiate it with a couple blows to somebody's face on the other side. So here we go, fight. got on the outside, guns were pulled, you know, shooting took place, the whole 9 yards. Police came, we ended up running, car get wrecked. We ended up having to hide in a ditch and leave the car. But when we end up at their house, and that's all I can remember saying, y'all, cause I'm high, drunk. All I remember saying, but I bet you won't say, I ain't helped this time. But man, that ain't had nothing to do with me. I let a person that was on drugs get in my head. And that stayed with me by me letting his words affect me. And that night, I could have very easily lost my life over something that I didn't even know what was going on. I could have made a mistake and took a life behind something that didn't even involve me. I could have went to jail and ended up doing time behind something that I knew nothing about. I had no knowledge of. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because at that particular time, I fell victim to trying to fit in. I fell victim to trying to live up to an image or what somebody else felt that I should be doing with my life. There's plenty of people that I know that lost their life behind situations that they had no knowledge, no true knowledge of. It's people that have lost their life behind situations that involve them none whatsoever. It's people doing life sentences in prison behind trying to live up to expectations, trying to impress people. People are doing the rest of their life in prison, 15, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, life without, behind letting somebody get in their head. There's a lot of lessons I learned and lived through. I was blessed to live through, but there's a lot of lessons that I learned from reevaluating situations that I've been in from my past, and I don't repeat them in my present life. But there's a lot of you young guys and older guys that's going through these things right now that you don't have to wait until you're my age or wait till you have done prison time or done got shot or got stabbed or caught cases and you're waiting to go to court on. You don't have to go through those things. You can look at what I'm saying, take it into consideration, evaluate it, and look back on things that you have done. Well, you may have got away. But so when future instances come up, you don't let somebody get in your head. You don't let somebody dictate to you what your actions are. You don't get involved in things that have no bearing on you. I don't care nothing about that, keeping it 100, keeping it 1,000, and all that old type of stuff. It's all about keeping your mind straight, staying alive, preparing a future for yourself and your family. All that other stuff is irrelevant. All that street credibility ain't worth a hill of beans. Because guess what? When I went to prison, the times that I have been down in my life, the times that I have been flat broke, the time where I didn't know what I was going to do, none of those people who I have put my life on the line for, none of those people who I could have very easily took a life behind, none of those people have been there for me not one step of the way. So, I have learned that I have to depend on me and whatever my faith is and belief in God, I have to believe in that. That's what I got to keep it 100 to. I got to keep it 100 to me. Don't let people get in your head. Don't let people influence you. Don't try to hold an image that really wasn't you. Because see, in those situations, really, my first reaction to it, the first time, that was me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I let somebody get in my head. You let people get in your head. You letting people manipulate you to take up their battles. You letting people manipulate and use you for street rep. For somebody to say your name, that when you get in trouble, I ain't gonna be there for you no type of way. And I see a lot of you young guys out here today, this is what you doing. You letting people blow your head up like you they rider. You let people blow your head up like you they shooter. And y'all actually be at the club and riding around here doing security for these little guys around here that call themselves selling dope, that pretty much they stay with their mama. You doing security. I want you to think about that. You doing security for somebody who got a piece of old regular car. And you securing their regular car. You securing the money that they got in their pocket. Talking about you a shooter, you a rider. Just for them to pay your way in the club. Or you crazy enough to sit out in the parking lot and watch their car while they go in and have a good time. Straight. And I'ma call it plain. Straight flunky action. Man, don't be no flunky for nobody. Don't be the fall man for somebody. What type of image is that to have? Oh, he'll shoot. My goon's gonna clown. Are you a goon? Don't you want to be labeled? You want to be labeled a goon? No. That ain't what you want, man. Quit letting people influence you. Put stuff in your head. That ain't worth a hill of beans. No, you get down there and you get that AIS number, you gonna be the Department of Correction goon. You gonna do whatever they ask you to do. And if you buck, they don't do them add some more time onto you. So, I don't want to draw this out long, but I do want you to stop trying to get street credibility. Stop trying to live up to false images. Stop trying to impress people and live your life, man. Find yourself and live your life. Be happy. All the money in the world can't make you happy. Find yourself, find happiness, find peace within yourself, and then add other things onto it. It ain't all about that paper. Cause all these dudes out here in the street, that paper chasing. That's exactly what they're doing. Chasing paper. And they ain't really got no real success in their life. What is that to fix up a car and put some rims on it? Literally. Now, I mean, I love cars. And I'm into that car lifestyle, but that's not my whole life. Just to fix up a car and put some rims on it. I get a joy out of doing that. Producing things, creating things with my hands. But to paper chase all day, all night, put yourself in situations, running from the police, getting shot at, risking getting robbed, and all that, to put some rims on a regular car, and especially to you the security for that car. Every few days it broke down somewhere. The man you securing, he have a flat. He got to take his other 3 rims off because he can't afford to buy a new tire yet. So he riding back on his regular rims, and you ride around here securing somebody like they got some real paper, some real money. Quit being a fool, man. I can't say it no better than that. Quit being a fool and a flunky. Quit letting people influence your life. Find yourself. Think about what it is you're doing. Think about how you let people get in your head and manipulate situations in your life that keep you frustrated, in trouble, and confused. Straighten your life out, man. I ain't got a pocket full of money right now, but I feel so good about my life. I feel good about who I am. All this other stuff gonna be added into me on down the line. I'm patient. I'm working on it. You know, I ain't worried about nobody. I mean, it's a whole nother feeling of life when you ain't got to worry about nobody drawing down on you. You ain't got to be about to have a wreck looking in the rearview mirror, seeing that the police turning around and finna get you because you know you smoking weed, you got something in the car, you got a gun you don't supposed to have, and all that other type of stuff, man. It's a whole nother level of life when you ain't got to worry about that type of stuff no more, man. Y'all young guys stressing y'all life out. And I'm not judging. By no means I'm not judging. A lot of y'all looking like old men out here because of the life you're living. You stressed, you confused, you're lost. You really dissatisfied with the life you're living, but you don't know how to get out. You can get out, you ain't gotta let it go. You might have to find you some new friends, new associates, a new crowd. Sit yourself down somewhere, man, before these folks set you down on one of these little beds. You be sitting down and looking at a life without sentence. And none of these guys, they're gonna really be there for you. And those that try, you got 30 years. What the hell is a green dot? Because they put something on a green dot. Send you a cell phone. That's all your life worth? That's all you taking in K worth? That's all you being a security or letting people get in your head and you do something you ain't got no business? That's all you worth for green dot? Come on, man. You bigger than that, you smarter than that. Let's start thinking things out before we act. I'll get back to you on this.